Okay, so here we are again. We're working on the layout for our Pro 6 or 700. Today we just have a basic layout here. This might be, this one I've got named, if I go into Toolbox Layout tab, I've got this one named DMI for my implement. And I've kind of customized this layout. I have my remote number 1, remote number 2, flow control right on the run screen, and then here in the third box down I've got my timer. Here I can see my timer. I've placed a few other relative items. The thing to note about your run screen layouts is you might have a different run screen layout depending on what implement you might be pulling. So for example, if I switch over to my 800 planter, so here is an example. I still have auto steer on my tractor, so I've placed all of the relative auto steer components or AccuGuide components on a run screen. The display really doesn't care what you're pulling. You as the operator or service technician are responsible for setting up the relative components that you would like to watch. So here we go. We've got our product entered. We've got a couple of, we've actually placed some product monitoring components on the run screen. Here I'll go back to Toolbox Layout, Run 6, and here I'm tracking product 1 area, average rate, or product 1 amount applied. If I wanted to change it, an item on a run screen, I could do that. Here we go on, let's just do one quick. Here we've got GPS status, for example. If I needed to watch something a little bit more important, maybe for my operation, let's just say I wanted to track fuel usage. So I could put a fuel counter here. I'm back to run 5. And there we go. So fuel used, 1.7 gallons. And I can reset this anytime I want and just kind of keep track of fuel as I'm going through the field. Okay, so I've plugged my smart implement in. We've got, like I say, 1255 planter. And what I've set up here is, once again, as I said before, the display doesn't know what you need to watch on the run screen. So when you first get in your tractor and you look in your display, you're probably going to have a layout like this, default. So this default layout is not necessarily going to give you the items that you need to control on this planter. So it's just a basic layout. It's kind of scattered all over. It's not real clean. And so one thing we do here at the dealership is we go in pre-season and we have a bunch of layouts that we actually have built in the past, and I'll just give you a little run through here. Import a run screen layout. Go into data management. The import tab here at the bottom. Select your data type, its current layout, and then your vehicle name. So when you download your CN1 file from your card over on the side of the display, drag it onto your desktop. You can open the CN1 folder, and in this case we've got a large tractor profile. So we would look in the large tractor profile folder and it will give you a vehicle name on your laptop. So you can write that vehicle name down, or if you can remember it, then you go back into the display and pick which current layout you want to import, and you select yes. That's all there is to it. So then you go back, Toolbox, Layout, and whatever that layout will be, or whatever that layout is, it will show up on the list. And so your unique name that you name, or your naming system, will pop up. It'll add another item to your list here. So that way you don't have to manually go in and set up run screen layout from scratch. You can do it once for a uniquely equipped planter combination, and then just import it and you're good to go. So there are actually a lot of different configuration options that come with the planter, or no matter what implement that you might have, or sprayer or combine. We're all going to have different unique layouts that we need to build. And so in this case, we do have pneumatic force control, in-cab downforce control, so we've added that as well. So this is kind of a standardized layout that we put in all of our planters equipped like this. And the unique naming process, we've got LT for large tractor, AS for auto steer, MAP for mapping, bulk fill, and 24 front fold. Had a run screen set up a little differently. Maybe I'd have GT for generic tractor, and I might have MS for manual steer. Mapping, you might see like bulk fill, CC for clutch control. You can kind of make your own unique naming system. This just kind of helps us keep track of things. It makes it easier so that we don't have to manually go in and set up our run screens. Don't forget about your summary data screens. You can set your summary data screens up and customize those as well as your 6 run screens. To get to your summary data, you go to Performance, and here's your Summary tab, and you can change the icons on this screen. I kind of wish that they would have called Performance History, because this is going to give you all of your historical data. Anything that, in the case of the planter, anything you've planted so far, it's going to have all your stats in Summary 1 or Summary 2. One question I think we get a lot is on the run screen, maybe we've set up some product statistical items on the run screen, and a farmer might call in and say, hey, every time I go into lunch, I come back, and all of my acres are zeroed out, my area for that product, and it's really discouraging, and I think that data is lost. Well, no, it's not actually lost. Anytime you have something on your run screen, what that runs off of, or what that is actually tallying, is your task. And this task will auto-generate or reset with a key cycle. And so don't get flustered. Just come in here to your Summary 1, and if you want to see that previous task, it'll be on a list here, or if you want all of the tasks for that field, then select All, and it'll give you all the historical data for that entire field.